everyone to the Property Show West Edition. Next 60 minutes are devoted to finding you the best deals in property across Mumbai, Navi Mumbai, Pune and several other cities of West India. Dhruv Khanna, Assistant Vice President at Property, joins me to identify the best buys in your budget. So let's tell you what do we have on the show for you. Our top story today, Change in Development Control Rules or DCR becomes a new tool for developers to demand more money from existing buyers, saying that amount is for fungible FSI. Now we are asking that big question, is this really legal and is this right? Also, prime property in well-established micro markets of Mumbai in under 2 crore rupees. Best performing residential markets of Thane for homes starting from 55 lakhs. So that's a very, very good budget. Affordable homes in the most promising destinations of Navi Mumbai. And the price tag there is between 45 and 60 lakhs. Pune, we of course touch a much higher price tag, but it's in the IT hub of Karadi, much in demand. Next destination is Gandhinagar to call out budget properties for you. We also have a very interesting citizen's voice today. We will spotlight a group of Mumbaikars who've come together to raise awareness about the growing menace of electronic waste or e-waste. It is becoming a big menace and all of us need to pay attention to that story to figure out how do we take care of our e-waste. Alright, so Mumbai, Pune, Thane, Navi Mumbai, these are some of the properties or localities and cities we've lined up right up front. But before that, buying your own home in a city like Mumbai is definitely not an easy task. There are sky-high prices to take care of. You also have to watch out for delays in delivery and substandard construction. But now there's another extra trouble. We're getting reports of developers asking home buyers to shell out more than the agreed amount for their homes. All thanks to changes in the DCR rules that builders claim gives home buyers more space in their flats. Is this really right? Ashwini Priyolkar joins us with this story.
In 2012, when the Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai made changes to the DCR rules, the fungible FSI component, which included open spaces like flower beds, balconies, were brought under regular FSI. Meaning, the builders who paid a premium for this now had to integrate this with the rest of the flat, leaving them with few options to recover their investments. One option was to levy additional charges onto home buyers to recover the amount, a move that has created distress and confusion among home buyers.
He said that you have to pay additional 20 lakhs because DCR rules have changed. We went and contested with him that if these DCR rules, if they came in January 2012, why are you telling this to us in July 2015?
They forced us to pay 6,82,000 towards additional amount and service tax for the balcony and flower bed.
Consumer activists claim that similar complaints are pouring in from across the city as home buyers of reputed firms such as HDIL, Rustamji and Ranwal, among others, protest the builder's decision. These home buyers are angry. And why not? They are being asked to pay an amount over and above what they signed onto when they decided to purchase a flat. Experts say that levying this extra amount is not fair.
Now, because of the change in rules, if additional FSI is available, the builder benefits from the sale of that FSI. So that is why builders are unilaterally doing this and foisting these charges illegally on the consumer.
The move has led to the rise of several home buyer groups determined to not pay the additional amount. Developers counter this by saying that in most cases, home buyers have signed agreements where they have indicated they will be liable to pay any extra amounts that may come up. However, legal experts claim these agreements will not stand in court.
If a builder is insisting for payments of fungible FSI or is violating the laws of the land, then the flat purchasers, I would like to advise them, they should approach the criminal courts, metropolitan magistrates courts, they should approach the consumer courts and ensure that their rights are protected.
But court cases will take time and money, something that these home buyers have in short supply.
Cases like this illustrate the dangers of policy flip-flops in the real estate sector.
While the builders still have the capacity to run their businesses, it is the average home buyer who suffers, which is why the government needs to bring in RERA to better safeguard their interests. From Mumbai, Ashwini Priyorkar, NDTV.
All right, legal or not legal, Gulam Zia, Executive Director, Infrastructure Advisory Services and Hospitality Knight Frank India joins us, and we are also joined by Uday Vavikar, property lawyer. So Gulam, I'm going to come to you first. Builders are saying, and I had a long conversation where a developer said, you cannot use my name, you can't say that this is my home buyer, this is a larger industry problem. Well, I bowed into him today because his claim was, I built my reputation over years and you cannot destroy it. My question to you is then, are they in the right saying that they can charge extra money for the FSI just because they've got more fungible FSI?
Well, I don't agree to it because it's pretty simple that these are business risks that they have gotten into. So in the event where an additional amount is levied on them because of some change of regulations or change of law of land, etc., it's not something which can be straight away passed on to a consumer. Even if there are some of those words which require a lot of reading between the lines to be gotten into, even then it's at least ethically not right to actually charge such kind of amounts, and especially at a time when you are about to give possession to this poor chap. And this is the time where it is as good as kind of exploitation, where the buyer also has no other option but to end up paying this on one pretext or the other, because he is looking forward to entering that house and start living in it. So it's kind of making use of the situation and extracting this kind of sum, which doesn't appear right to me at all.
Daylight extortion. It is daylight extortion. Uday Vavikar, you know, and they sound so convinced, and they're like, you media people are going to destroy our credibility that we built over the years. You can't take my name. This is absolutely wrong. What's going on? Why are they charging? And as Gulam just said, at the time of the possession, they refuse to give you the possession unless you pay up. They decide that you have to pay 1,000 rupees per square foot extra for the FSI. I mean, they decide the money, they decide the terms, and they refuse to give you the OC. Why isn't anybody waking up to this big scam now which is unfolding in Mumbai?
I agree, Manisha, with you totally. It's an unscrupulous exploitation, in the words of Supreme Court in MK Gupta versus Lucknow development. And these are unfair terms of clauses, even if the agreement clauses are there, which are ab initio void and are not enforceable, like DLF. Even after DLF was fined so much and Supreme Court confirmed it, I am really surprised builder continue to this. It is, I would say, a totally unfair trade practice where you are charging for fungible FSI, which is already included in the FSI of property. Only thing is, because they are free of FSI places which builder is utilizing for his own benefit. Because let's take an example. Your flat is 1,000 square feet. The MOFA here in Mumbai, Maharashtra Flat Ownership Act, Schedule 5 very clearly states that you have to give it in carpet area. Now, carpet area is where the carpet can be laid down. You say 1,000 square feet carpet area agreement, and then you suddenly say, no, on the 1,000 square feet carpet area, I am adjusting to 800 square feet, 200 square feet more fungible, therefore pay more. You have already taken it into the account when you have quoted, you have entered into an agreement. Now, at the last stage of possession, you are trying to, I would say, blackmail a buyer, saying that unless you pay me this money, I will not give you the possession. Not fair. Absolutely unfair trade practice.
And you know, actually taking shield behind that thing that I have built it in my buyer-seller agreement that I can actually charge you more at any point in time. First of all these buyer-seller agreements, Gulam Zia, are extremely one-sided, right? Is there any legal validity to it? And there has to be a force majeure clause or some reasons under which, or some specific circumstances under which they probably have a little bit of a ground to charge more. This doesn't seem to me like one of those.
Well, it is a reality. In fact, every such buyer-seller agreement in real estate is pretty one-sided. A poor buyer who's normally buying, say, about 45-50 lakh of an average house kind of a size, can't really afford to go to a lawyer and actually tear that whole document apart and make his or her own document. So in such situations, the developers end up actually commanding whatever they write in that agreement, Most of us, even I have signed 2 such agreements without even reading a single clause therein, because you don't have the wherewithal to change it or ask for any revision or review of that document. So this is absolutely 100% one-sided agreement, and obviously it is bound to have such kind of situation arising out of it where somebody can take undue advantage of a few lines written here and there, and which is what happens.
Okay, Uday Vavikar, what are the legal remedies? We are actually now telling every buyer in Mumbai, do not bow down to a builder demanding extra FSI. Doesn't matter, HTIL, Ranwal, Lodha, we don't have, who's charging how much, but it doesn't matter whichever developer it is. Are you saying do not, in the name of DCR rules or norms changing, fungible FSI norms changing, a buyer should bend down to the developer? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, the best remedy, Manisha, and I agree with your aggressive mood, because I think buyers must be really aware, and one buyer can make the change, and therefore we must start it. It's high time, because various consumer organizations should also take it up, and we can even file a class action petition before National Commission of Consumer Courts. Consumer courts are today the best remedy for such kind of cases, where you can even ask an interim relief that direct an builder to enter an agreement and register agreement with standard clauses of MOFA, because most of the builders agreement today, as you rightly put it and as Gulam has put it, are totally unilateral. They are absolutely one-sided, and not only one-sided, but they are unscrupulous. So therefore, when the Maharashtra Flat Ownership Act says that even violation of such contractual obligations can invite 3 years imprisonment, you can file a criminal suit, but criminal suit would take much longer, and it will be long enduring for a consumer. Instead of that, consumer courts today are average 3 to 5 years judgment, and interim relief can be immediate within 6 to 8 months. So therefore, I would suggest consumer courts are best option for consumers to go and file a case for such a arbitrary behavior or unilateral behavior of the builders.
I get that. Now, I'm going to thank you, gentlemen, because we've run out of time. Thank you so much for coming and giving us clarity. All right, let's go on to happier note and hope that the regulator bill happens, becomes a reality, and we don't have to actually raise these kind of issues on the show. We can only go back to doing our job properly, which is helping you buy the right property in your budget. Prashant Trivedi on the phone line. Prashant, go ahead.
I want to buy a property in Ghodbandar. My budget is around 90 lakh to 1.1 CR. Can you suggest me a good 2 BHK house with good amenities?
All right. So he's given us a little bit of a play, which is good, Dhruv.
Right.
He said 95 to 1.2 and Mulund to Ghodbandar. I think we'll have to push him more to Ghodbandar.
That's right. Yeah. Ghodbandar Road seems to be fit for his budget and his requirements. It's a good micro market. Well developed infrastructure, it's got schools, hospitals, etc. It's also very well connected to the eastern as well as the western express highway. So looking at the figures, Ghodbandar Road inventory overhang is 27 months. Weighted average price is 8,100 rupees a square foot. This is growing at about 9.5% per annum. Now there are 3 projects we recommend for him. The first one being Vijay Galaxy by Vijay Group. This is priced at 10,000 rupees a square foot. This project is already ready. It's located right opposite the Suraj Water Park at the Wagbil Naka. It is 2 kilometers from Hiranandani Hospital and just over 2 kilometers from the New Horizons Scholars School. It's got all the basic amenities. The second project you can look at is Rosa Bella by Rosa Group, priced at 9,300 rupees a square foot. This project is also ready and occupation certificate has been received. This is located at Kavesar in the neighborhood of Hiranandani Estate opposite the Suraj Water Park. It's about 8.5 kilometers from the Thane railway station and 5.5 kilometers from the Eastern Express Highway. And the third project you can look at is Parkwoods by DB Group, priced at 11,500 rupees a square foot. This is also a ready project spread across 4 acres. This is located at Anand Nagar behind D-Mart and on the Ghodbandar Thane Road. This is 1 kilometers from the Suraj Water Park, 2.2 kilometers from the Hiranandani Foundation School. So yeah, these are the 3 options for him.
All right, so all three ready, two from a developer, third one in the resale market, and clearly Ghorbandar Road is where we can really get you an apartment. Mulund would be very, very tight. Mumbai prices remain extremely high. We are hoping that as the market slows down, at least there'll be some respite in Mumbai prices. That would trigger a big rebound in the market is what we feel. Okay, Ankit Mehta on the phone line with us. Ankit? Okay, I think we've lost Ankit. Let's just take this as an email. He's saying, I'm interested in purchasing a 2 BHK flat in the project, or actually in Malad East. Property is Kurar Village, Malad East. And he says, let me know about the builder's performance and any idea on the possession date for the project. So it's showing as 2016, Rizvi Oak by Rizvi Group.
Yes, it's soon to complete project. It's a go-ahead from us. It's fits into his criteria. He's also looking at Malad East, which is in between Goregaon and Kandivali railway station, very close to the Kandivali railway station, also very well connected to the Western Express Highway. It's got many malls like Hypercity, Infinity Mall, In-Orbit Mall, etc. So a good micro market from that point as well. Inventory overhang here is 19 months. Weighted average price is 13,500 rupees a square foot. And this micro market is growing at over 10% per annum. So the project is looking at Rizvi Oak by Rizvi Group. This developer has a good local reputation. The price is 14,000 rupees a square foot for this particular project. The external work in this project is going on at the moment, and it is expected to be ready by May this year. Now this is 2 kilometers from the Malad station, 2.8 kilometers from Oberoi Mall, and about 500 meters from the Western Express Highway. All the apartments in this particular project have marble flooring in all rooms and wooden flooring in the master bedroom. There are two other projects he can look at. The first one is Molly Classic by Molly Sai Developers. This is priced at 21,500 rupees a square foot. Mind you, this is a price on carpet area. This project is ready along with the OC has been received. This project is right on the Western Express Highway service road in Pratapnagar. This is 2 kilometers from the Goregaon Mulund Link Road and about 4 kilometers from the Infinity IT Park. The next project, second recommended project from us is Hazel Homes Tower by 9 Globe Developers. This is priced at 12,000 rupees a square foot. The work in this project has completed up to the 20th slab, and this will be ready this year itself. This project is located on the Daftari Road in Pushpa Park, only 650 meters from the Malad station, about 1 kilometers from the St. Francis High School, and about 2 kilometers, just over 2 kilometers from the Oberoi Mall.
All right, so here's a quick summary of what you can buy. Malad East, Mumbai. The budget is just a tad below the 2 crore mark. Molly Classics, Hazel Homes Tower, and of course, we've also given you a go-ahead on the project that you've shortlisted. Tripti on the phone line with us. Tripti, hi, welcome. First of all, I would like to wish you a very, very happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day to you too.
Thank you. Go ahead. How can we help you, Tripti?
Actually, I'm looking for a flat fully for investment purpose, within the range of 45 to 55 lakh, inclusive everything, especially in Navi Mumbai, because my budget is pretty low, so I've chosen Navi Mumbai in that purpose.
All right.
And I'm looking forward to rental income as well, if possible, so I can repay my loan in that manner. So can you suggest me some areas? I have listed few areas. One is Airoli, Ghansoli and Kharghar. So which can be the prioritized things, and is there any other area where I can look forward to?
Fair enough. You know, we would love to say buy something in Kharghar, but then you do have a budget constraint. So I'm going to ask Varun which of these Navi Mumbai markets. Overall, though, I think Navi Mumbai is not going to be an exciting market in 2016 and 17. Tripti, you have to be a little bit prepared that it will take 2 years for this investment to start showing any returns. But in the long term, we are very excited about Navi Mumbai. The kind of monies that the Chief Minister has actually allocated, there is a lot of attention to that area. There's a lot of work which CITCO is doing. Farmers have come together and are also saying that we are going to surrender land for the development of Navi Mumbai. So all in all, a lot of excitement, but have a time frame of at least 5 years. Dhruv.
Sure, that's right. I mean, out of the 3 markets that she mentioned, Airoli and Ghansoli are a bit difficult because the weighted average price in these markets is close to about 10,000 rupees a square foot. So what we've done is we've chosen Kharghar as an appropriate micro market for her, keeping in mind the kind of budget she's looking at.
Kharghar is the appropriate market.
Right,
I said completely the reverse. Sorry, Tripti. Kharghar is the market for you.
Right. So,
and Dhruv is too polite to change me while I'm in my excitement going around pronouncing markets. Fair enough.
So coming back to Kharghar, it's located on the Sion-Palwel Highway and Eastern Express Highway. It's obviously got a huge recreational hub, 217 acres of Central Park. It's got a golf course, etc. as well. Now, inventory overhang here is about 14 months. Weighted average price is 7,900 rupees a square foot. And this market is growing at about 9.5% per annum. Now, the three projects you can look at here, the first one is GHP Sonnet by GHP Group. In Kharghar, of course, price is 8,760 rupees a square foot. The internal work is going on this in the towers at the moment. This is expected to be delivered in about 6 months from now. This is located 500 kilometers from the proposed Sector 34 metro station. It's got connectivity through the National Highway 4, which is about 1.8 kilometers from here. Kharghar railway station is about 5.5 kilometers from here. And the Sion-Panvel Highway is about 4 kilometers from here. The second project you can look at is RS Residency by RS Builders. This is priced at 9,145 rupees a square foot. The occupation certificate is awaited in this particular project, expected in about 2 months from now. This is located also in Sector 34, about 1 kilometers from the proposed Sector 34 metro station. This has connectivity again through the Sion-Panvel Highway, very close to the Kharghar railway station as well. The third project you can look at is Fortune Springs by Fortune Developers. Price is 8,800 rupees a square foot. This is just 200 meters from the Gromo Mall and about 800 meters from the metro station. This is also very well connected through the NH4 as well as the Sion-Panvel Highway. This offers some interesting amenities other than the basic amenities, including mini theatre, spa, sauna, etc. as well.
All right, Tripti. So 3 projects for you. Kharghar is the market that can fit in within your budget within Navi Mumbai, and on price appreciation it hasn't done too badly, 9%, and we've had a really bad last 18 months. It's still holding on to 9% yields. So going forward, I think you should do well. Just be a little patient. On the other side, we'll take you to Gandhinagar and cull out some of the best projects in that city, and also new projects in our property tracker. A new project in our property tracker today is Ahuja O2 by Ahuja Constructions. This project is in Sion, Mumbai, so take a look at what it has to offer.